So let's start that again. So thank you everyone. Hello, and my name is Mordred Viking. I'd like to welcome you to this continuous... Wow, I screwed that intro up. Never mind, I'll keep going. I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Hearts of Iron 4. This is with the Waking the Tiger DLC, and we are going to continue with Nationalist Spain. Basically what has happened... Nationalist Spain? Nationalist China. Wow, I am really not with it this evening. Basically what has happened is we are at war with Japan already. It is 1938. They pushed us south. They've not been able to do any naval landings, thankfully. I've kept those ports pretty well secured. They've managed to push through Beijing. Took them a long time to push past there. Then they kind of smashed their way through this bit fairly quickly. But we are once again in the mountain, difficult kind of terrain here. I'm annoyed that they managed to push across the river. I'm going to need to try and contain that, although it's going to be difficult. Meantime, we are pushing on. Okay, why did that automod just what? Alright, I know there was chat there, because automod is like, this is wrong. And I said allow, and then it deleted it. Twitch, what are you doing? Let me just refresh that. Okay, I think Twitch is having a derp. I'm going to load chat up on my phone just to make sure things actually are working here. Because I know there was a message. Because Automod was like, that's a bad message. It wasn't a bad message. And I was like, yeah, allow it. And then it just... there's nothing there. Twitch. Channels. Yeah, go to my channel. There it is. Chat. Yeah, see, you guys have definitely been talking. I'm just getting nothing through on chat right now. I'm going to go and close you. Let's just double check here. There we go. Why is... Right, I'm going to open up a new browser for Twitch. Because clearly it's having a bad time. Not translate, Twitch, there we are. Go to my channel. Apologies for this. Kind of takes away some of the luster of using Twitch if you're not getting the chat through. Pop out. Right, could somebody please say something so I can confirm that I'm getting something? I'm getting it through on my phone. I might just need to respond on my phone if this continues being a problem. There we go, now I can see you. Hello everyone. That's a lot better. I knew that people would be saying, because people are really nice and say hello and stuff like that when I go online. And I was not getting anything through, and that's just bizarre. So yes, it is working now, fantastic. Where was I? Fight in Japan, that's what we were doing. So they pushed down here along the coastline. We are trying to stop them. Over time we are getting through the army reform, so our military started with a rather nasty minus 50% combat buff, which is this one, the army corruption one. We've got that down to minus 33. We've just pressed the button to get that down to minus 17. And things are going to get better and better, hopefully. So hopefully, well, not hopefully. Our job thus far has been simply to stall Japan. We are not really in a position to fight back against them. They are too strong for us. They are fighting at full strength. We are not. We are hugely undersupplied. They are not. Although they are starting to take some supply hits. Not very many. Like, that one's got a tiny bit. That one's got a tiny bit. That one's definitely got a bit. Although that's a Manchukuo unit. We've hit the button here, which is one of the new decision systems. So we've got another 62 days to run on that army reform. That will bring it down to a 17% penalty. We need to hit it one more time. It costs 100 army experience. And then we will be on equal terms. So we focused on Japan to the PRC. Didn't really have the option to do anything else. Mordred, do me a favour, don't let the commies win. Just please don't. Smash the Japanese for you. I'll see what I can do. I will definitely see what I can do. Right, let's bring those back up. There we go. And thank you very much for the bits there. Appreciate that. Japan is not fighting at full strength either. They have a national split that reduces damage done to Chinese units. Really? Research. Construction time research. Daily political power. I don't think they do. No, they don't. No, they definitely don't. Thankfully, they have been expanding their navy. Like, all of the power is currently held by the navy. They have like a balance thing. Navy versus army, and currently the navy is in power. Which is good for me, because it means that their land forces are weaker compared to their naval units. Anyway, let's go ahead and unpause. We are doing fairly well over here on the Shaanxi side, simply because they're attacking into mountains. They have taken all of this territory, which is also Shaanxi, unfortunately. But it's really my southern border which is struggling the most. I really need to push them back. I'm just not entirely sure how I'm going to do it. Unless I put some pressure on this flank and force them back, though that doesn't seem like it's going to be particularly workable. They've just got a lot of troops over here. Let's get you guys and push into there. There you go. I mean, if I can take Jinan behind them and then cut these guys off, that would be pretty nice. But it looks like they are going to fall before that ever happens. So let's go and grab my horseman who's actually using a sword. I love this animation. It is such a cool animation. Look, you can see the proud cavalry charges of the Chinese army. Huzzah! Just leave Tibet alone. Just some more contribution to the entertainment I've given you. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Any support is always very much appreciated. What do I think of Waking the Tiger thus far? Honestly, it's still kind of early. The things which I like the most are the new army group system. So you can see there's this faint purple line behind. That's because we have a field marshal in charge. He controls a number of armies. So it's the field marshal controlling the 5 armies at the moment. And each general has their own trait system, which they can level up based on what they're doing in the battles themselves. And you can spend this stuff here, command power, on improving their traits. So, like, Wei Li Huang here could get another promotion? Not seeing it. But he's just got he started with the infantry leader. We've just given him ambusher, which gives a much better defensive bonus. And I'd really like to give him, like... Oh, those are field marshal traits, okay. More defensive stuff if possible. Ooh, sure, bombardment bonus, that's kind of interesting. Entrenchment speed would be nice. At least 1 terrain trait, movement bonus on land. Alright, so there's a lot of stuff going on here, particularly for the generals. They've also added specific traits for the generals. I wish those leveled up over time. I don't think they do. Or at least, if they do, it's not showing particularly. Because if you hover... Here we go, skill 4, 0%. So unlike the general himself, who gets upgrades and levels up, the traits don't seem to, even though they have, obviously, the potential. So maybe that's something they're just built in for modders. I don't know. But I kind of wish that did happen. But I really like the general system. That's really nice. See you, Elise. As to other things, it's China. So China has a national focus tree of its own, as does Communist China, as does Manchukuo, as does Japan's had a revised one, Germany's had a revised one, and then there's the generic Chinese focus tree for the warlords, which looks like this. So it's not quite as extensive as, say, Kaiserreich, but it's still pretty good. Gives you different options on how to play, gives you new choices that matter. But really, the big focus tree changes, I would say, are China, Japan, Manchukuo. Manchukuo is actually really interesting. I like what they've done with them. I'm going to have to play with them at some point. See, this is far more in-depth than, like, Nationalist China. This is really quite interesting. Because you can get Manchukuo and then form... Where is it? It's down here somewhere. You can form the Chinese Empire. There it is. No, claim Mandate of Heaven. You can actually form the Chinese Empire, which is cool. I like that. Can you balkanize Japan? I doubt it. It's too small. Can I form the Heavenly Kingdom? No, because I'm not playing as Manchukuo. In the future, you can. How well does attaching air squadrons to armies work? Oh, it's so easy. It's lovely. You basically just go, you, attach to you, which I've already done, hence he's got little planes above his thing, and then you just say, do these air missions. And they are now attached to that unit, will move automatically in support of that borderline. Or in support of his units. So, really easy. We've lost a couple of fighters. Actually, quite a few fighters. Tactical bombers are doing okay, though. We've only lost 5 of those. We had 15 to start with, admittedly. But yeah, it's really nice. You basically just select those, right-click on the unit, Done. I'll give them the mission, so if you want them to be bombing units or infrastructure. Ooh! The other thing with Air Force, actually, while I'm getting excited about this, if you're doing strategic bombing... how do I select this? Should be just you. Ah, here we go. If you press this button here, you can actually choose what strategic stuff you want them to bomb. So if you want them to be targeting the enemy infrastructure mostly, for example, which is going to be super useful, you can tell them, hit their infrastructure! And they will go off and do that. Or you can say, they're getting nukes. Hit their atomic reactors. Or, ooh, we could knock out their oil supplies and hit their synthetic oil refineries. You can now do that, which is really cool. I like that. So they've definitely improved the air system. How effective air systems are going to be, like having aircraft as a little bit in previous Hearts of Iron, I don't know. I have not played as a industrially rich nation yet. I am still 13,000 infantry equipment in the negative. The other big change is the way the factories work. So you can see here I've got all 15 factories lined up here. I don't actually have 16. You can see here there's 16 out of 25. And you can assign individually how many factories you want producing, like, guns. And then you can say, you know what, 15 factories in one block, not enough. Let's set that up for 3 and a bit. So you can actually see there's 3 and a bit because we have 16 selected. If we went back one, no, we'd have to go back all the way to 15, which I can't be bothered. You can now do sets of 5 or even sets of 10. So setting up your industry is going to be even easier now. I really like how they've done that. Instead of having like 20 different infantry equipment build orders, you now have just the one, which is pretty sweet. Also, you can just drag and drop and move them around. Oh, I saw another drag and drop, which was really cool earlier. Where was that? Was it in here? No. I did see another really nice drag and drop. Oh yeah, it was in the construction thing. So if you say, like, Henan's infrastructure is way more important. There you go. It's now more important. So that's kind of cool rather than having to use the arrows, which was kind of annoying when you have to keep on click, 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 click. So there you go. Quite a few nice changes. What exactly is in the DLC and what is in the patch? I'm not entirely sure. I'll be honest. Like, I've been reading the dev diaries and stuff like that, but I haven't really been keeping tabs on what does what, where. Next DLC will probably focus on the UK or naval rework. I strongly doubt that because Britain's already had the Death of Dishonor. No, the other one. Together for Victory. I reckon the next expansion will be France. Because France hasn't had a lot of love, so they've kind of... Okay, so when they announced 2 old trees are getting a complete rework, I thought it was going to be Germany and France. It was actually Germany and Japan. But they've already kind of added a couple of interesting things to France. Like, France in this is already communist. Admittedly, I'm playing an alternate history. But they've already started doing some things, like France is more likely to become communist. And I reckon that with the change to Germany being able to bring the Kaiser back, and yes, this is a game I will 100% be doing at some point, Return of the Kaiser, you can bring Wilhelm on. And at that point, the communists become the big enemy. So in order to balance that out, you kind of need France to be aligning communists too. So I reckon there will be like a French reaction to the return of the German Kaiser Reich type thing. Could focus on South America. Very unlikely. South America didn't have that much to do in World War II. Anyway, I need to get back to pushing the Japanese out. I thought I told you guys to attack here. Guys, come on. You're being attacked. That's fine. I dislike how you guys are losing. I dislike how you guys are losing. I actually want you to go in there. I really wish I was doing a better job of holding this river. You're also about to go. In fact, honestly, you need to go there. I gave the blue unit a ton of troops. How are you doing this badly? Also, I should probably be picking a focus at this point. Because our saving on political power because I wanted to get to war economy, which I have now done. Manpower was still fine. Oh yeah, the thing which I should check, Japan, how is your manpower? You still got loads, 500,000 at least. Compared to my 1.99 million, I mean, we have already killed 200,000, well, 190,000 Japanese. So we just need to do that 3 times more. Yeah, we could do the people's focus. That would lead to more stability, which would lead to more production output. Fortify Shanghai. How far is Shanghai from the front line? Not hugely close, but once they're over these mountains, they're going to have an easy time through that. Until they hit this river. And by then, we are in trouble, because there is a fair amount of industry up here in Shandong. Actually, no, there isn't. Like, all of my industry is here in Shanghai. And I just don't have much industry. So no, I don't think I'm going to bother with the defences. We could do the inviting foreign investors to try and cozy up to, say, Germany. Although, that's quite a long way away. No. Yeah, I think you're correct. We do need to do 3 principles of the people. The founder of the Republic, Dr. Sun Yat-sen, established 3 fundamental principles that should shape it. Minsu, Minchang, and Minsheng. Nationalism, democracy, and social welfare. Of course, technically we are a republic. Yeah, you push back here. Damn it. Alright, where are you going there? Honestly, you should be going there. How are you 5 units losing against 1? While he's attacking somebody else. Guys. Seriously. We're going to make him bleed, but it's going to be costly. 56 more days until I get that upgrade. And we've already got the 15% defense bonus. Yeah, you guys are failing this. Let's have you continue to attack. The rest of you 4 sit back. Go and do something else. Most importantly, regain your organization. And hopefully start getting some entrenchment somewhere. That would be nice. Right, we're holding Shaanxi pretty well. We may well have too many... Well, we've only got 7 divisions in Shaanxi right now. Oh no, we've actually got more than that. Hang on. Yeah, that's overdone. So you guys need to move down to like here. Purples will fill in automatically. Again, this is an army group area, so the army group kind of just auto-fills behind to make sure it's all covered. Which is quite nice too. So we'll have the greens moving down here, then maybe I'll have the greens move over to here and then have the blues protect all of this. Kind of annoyed by how badly the blues are doing though. That's because you're a... What are you doing? Right, everyone stop. Go somewhere closer. You guys counterattack? Nope. I'm getting a little bit too close to Tsingtao for my comfort. Arachnos. Need to ditch the cliche Russian strategy and get some guns. Oh, I would love to! Unfortunately, our gun deficit's getting worse and worse, because, you know, people keep dying and losing their guns. It's not very nice. What I could do, though, is buy some more steel. That would help. Yo, Germany. Thank you. Oh, and of course, the more land that Japan takes, the more manpower they're going to be getting. Though no, they've sunk below 500,000 now, almost certainly. So we are killing them. We're making these attacks costly. That's too late. I should be paying more attention to the cycling in and out. That's an opening right there. So on the foreign post, the mass assault got biffed big time. Oh, hell yes, they did. Absolutely, hugely. So if we go over here to the land doctrines, one thing which I've never, ever done is mass mobilization. As you can see, I am currently doing mass mobilization because they are ridiculous now. So here, effective partisans, effective attrition, yeah, it's not huge. This one, though. Reinforce rate plus 5%, infantry recovery rate 0.3%. plus 0.3. That's pretty good. Like, infantry recovery is relatively rare. Reinforce rate plus 5. That's plus 2 for everyone else. But there's more! Because if we go here to the large front offensive, all infantry gain plus 10 organization, tanks get plus 2. That's more organization than you get from this entire side of the tree. But there's more! You get here the 0.7 combat width bonus, which is nice. Yeah, it's the same as that one. And you also get the 5% recruitable population, which I think has always been there. And you get a reinforce rate of 15%. So that's 20% reinforce rate on this mass mobilization side. When, like, the highest reinforce rate that Grand Battle Plan can get is 2. 10 times more reinforcement you can get as mass mobilization. So long as you have the guns, your troops are never going to be, like, low on strength. Just not going to happen. So we need to build up the industry to be able to do that. But ultimately, hopefully we can. And then there's the entire army, not just the infantry, gets a recovery rate. So then the infantry are going to have a 0.5 increase and less out of supply and partisans. But again, not a huge issue. But 20% reinforce rate is going to be mind-blowing. In Before Extra Ideologies DLC. Probably will have. I don't know. Not going to say anything. They did also nerf Grant. No, I'm not getting roped into that argument again. I know we differ on that particular side. Ooh. Ooh. You seem to have left yourself an opening here. If I can take Jinan back again, then they're going to be focusing a lot of forces on retaking it. It's urban. I should be able to hold it. Why are you attacking? That's silly. Stop. Alright, let's reorganize. Let's get our organization back again. Let's take the river back. Alright, we lost that one province, but that's fine. It actually gives us a little bit less land to protect. No, son of a... They attacked me and stopped me taking it. You come in here. You also come in here. Alright, Tsingtao is actually in danger now. Soviets aren't helping with that offensive. 13.7 thousand. We're just losing way too much stuff. Despite my microing earlier, which admittedly has kind of fallen off, because it's kind of difficult keeping tabs on exactly what's losing. Also, my line's just too thin. Like, we are protecting a lot of territory right now. So are the Japanese, though. I'm just disappointed that we're not doing more damage to them. Yeah, we've lost 400,000 to their 200. So what determines surrender chance now? Is that still... I know it's not national unity. National unity's gone. It's now stability and war support. My war support is dropping. Probably because we are losing. Well, once we have the 3 principles of the people, we can get that. And we can get nationalism, which is a massive boost to stability. Welfare would be that. But then we would go from low inflation to moderate, which would reduce my industry. Which I kind of don't want to do. Like, before the war, having low inflation is probably okay. At this point, though, not something I'd like to risk. Yeah, it's just my strength is so low. Like, we kind of need to just regroup somewhere. I mean, once we're forced back to Tsingtao, we can probably hold this, but then how do we hold this gap? Why are you still guarding here? You shouldn't be. You go join them. At least the ports are still holding. Oh, another opening here. Like, at this point the Japanese have really spread themselves thin. And they have been constantly attacking. Ugh, shit. Alright, so Shaanxi has just fallen. So... you guys. You may as well... fall back to here. Anschluss of Austria. Yeah. Don't defend, just pull back, guys, just pull back. Need to try and do this slightly ordered at least. Right, I really need to hold this position. That would be extremely bad if they took that. Don't attack them back. Except they'll then do that. Despite the fact that I have reinforcement rate increase, I'm not getting reinforcements. Recovery, sorry. Organization fast enough. Thankfully, they still haven't got any cutoffs, though it's a rather close run thing. You guys fall back purposefully. I want to make sure I keep this corridor open. Okay, we've got reinforcements there. That's good. The Japanese army is bringing great honor to the Emperor. Yeah, unfortunately they are, kind of.